Hi, I hope that in this moment your heart is open and ready to receive the fruits of connection that are incoming for you, likely in the following week. This is a weekly collective reading, so I am reading for the time frame of that week or the week after. I'm reading it in October 2025. We are at the end of Libra season and we are a day out from a new moon in Libra that, according to a Pam Gregory video I've been picking at bits and pieces of over the past few days, I will link that in the description of this video, is actually a very impactful one. It has a lot of aspects to a lot of major planets, Pluto, Chiron, and another asteroid that also has to do with like the energy of transformation and reclaiming power and sovereignty and moving from doing all of those things from a place of love. What I'm specifically reading into right now is the possibility of connection from this new place of achieved sovereignty and authenticity. It feels like by now, whenever it is that you're watching this, it's likely that you have done quite a bit of work in the field of truth seeking and sovereignty building and authentic community building. You've been working a lot on that level of existing in terms of trying to align yourself and the way that your world works, the way that you're perceived, the actions that you take, trying to align all of those things with whatever it is you believe to be a truth for you. Very noble work, and especially noble to pursue in this time during what seems to be a clear split in reality between between the dark and the light, evil and good, and there being a very externalized performance of it, so that it kind of splits you in two, has you in a state of constant truth seeking. I mean, it's putting a lot of pressure, I feel, on us collectively to find the moral truth, to find our truth, The moral code, the moral scales are shaking in terms of which actions are right and which ones are wrong, and all of those reshaping or realigning, turning to face what is rather most true, considering the grays, having the black and white blend, and create a new world out of that blend and a new way of seeing and perceiving and understanding. It's all very much a very deep awareness. Life becomes an experience of deep awareness on this level where not a lot of things externally, and I've been repeating this mostly because I think that especially in the year of 2025 that's played out, it's been something about this year has been very COVID-esque in the sense that there's been a lot of external upheaval, changes, things that are happening that are out of one's control, that are so surprising, shocking, different, new, that we are left with no choice but to be still. If we make too rash of a move, and I've mentioned this in previous readings, if we do too much, the vessel might rupture, the blood might flow too fast, something might happen. We may be put in an even more critical state than we are now, so it's best to stay still. That's what I've been feeling into collectively throughout the year. This is on either good or bad in terms of maybe what you've been experiencing has been so shocking, has been so good news, like it's been good shocking to the system that you've been moving slow. It's been a bit difficult to believe that life is so good right now. I've been connecting in person with a lot of people who are like that. It's actually pretty interesting. I'm not finding that people who are, for lack of a better term, chronically online, or even the online community themselves. Like, I'm not seeing a lot of that side of life, saying that this year has been one of good news. It also just does feel collectively like it has been a very eye-opening year, and the eye-openingness on some level has been very difficult to get used to. But the work is being done brilliantly, so brilliantly that I feel that and this, I don't know what connotations may come from me mentioning this or putting it in this way, but please take it just as it is, for the like romanticized delivery that I'm going to give it, because it does feel like that is the level that is going to settle into each of our realities. And it's funny to mention or to speak on how the thumbnail of it all and what I'm going to say of it all, it feels really unbelievable to me. It's actually very similar to the energy that I brought, I don't know, maybe like 3 readings ago. I'll also try link that in the description of this video, where I read into the 10 of Cups. It's giving this moment, the 10 of Cups moments. It feels like it's close, I wanted to say it's arrived, but like I said, I'm still sitting in disbelief. I don't know, but I will say that I have been trying to do active, intentional, present work and trying to work through the layers of blockages and doubts and stuff, and to really affirm, even if it is that I'm not truly feeling it in the moment, to affirm to my universe that I am open. I may be stubborn and afraid, but I am still open. And that constant affirmation has definitely brought some changes in terms of just the way I'm able to relax more into my connections with people and into sharing moments and being present with people. It's definitely changed my relational model. As this video is titled, it feels like just bringing it home to what I'd mentioned in the beginning regarding the work, the seeking for truth, and then linking all of that to the idea of shame, the work of shame that we've been doing. In seeking authenticity and trying to be your true self, you are automatically uncovering and working with the frequency of shame. That has been the shame, the fear, that the level that they sit on has been the tool of manipulation and control. And because, I'm sure it goes without saying, but I just feel like I should mention that the falling of the empire implies the falling of things like shame and fear being the mode of control. And it's important to note this, mostly to understand exactly how powerful the feeling of shame is, how powerful how powerful of a blockage it is in our body, in our physical sensations, in our ability to manifest. Us doing this work and uncovering these layers is bringing in incredible amounts of manifestation. And I think the pinnacle of it has to do with the relational model, specifically the human-to-human connection. It goes without saying that as human beings, we need each other. And that need to connect and to, like the way planets and bodies in space cave into each other's gravity. It's that level. That's the level that we live as humans in our interactions and connections with each other. It's gravity. It may just look like you find that person attractive, you think their eyes are cute, you like the sound of their voice, you like what they're wearing today. It may look like that on a surface level, but on a energetic or spiritual level, it's gravity, it's science that attracts and repels people. And that science, the science of the relational model, will awaken the relational model itself. It's awakening our ability to relate, not just to each other, but to life in general, is expanding. And with this expansion, here comes the romanticism, will come the gift of new romantic connections. Very directly, these are divine unions, true partnerships that you've prayed for, that you've hoped for, that you've seen modeled on TV, not in real life. That is how romantic, that's how romantic the relational model is about to become. I'm sure also that as a community, we've heard the download rhetoric, the statement, the idea that our ability to relate to each other is changing. The old relationship models of, for example, the codependency. Yes, the codependency model, that in itself is changing. I heard this term from Queen Cup Tarot. She used interdependence as the new frequency that we are sending to relationship-wise, where and it's almost like this amazing song that this artist named Dev Lemons created about loving someone, but only being able to love them if I'm whole. Her specific statement relates to the codependent factor of loving someone so much that when they leave, you feel like so sad and you can't do anything and the world is crumbling around you. That is definitely something I used to feel. And it's funny because, it's actually tripping me out when I think about it too hard. But I'm getting the chance to literally rewrite that codependent model, as in there was a relationship where I was intensely codependent on someone. And I'm getting the chance to rewrite that into an interdependence. And it feels so incredible because not only is it giving me a chance to fall in love with this person again in a new, healthier way, in a way that doesn't even imply that anything needs to happen. If I'm falling in love, the kind of love where it's just always perfect. And the divinity, it's truly indescribable, where it's very obvious that the universe and God is involved. Hey, Pearl. That's the kind of love that I'm feeling into, the kind of ways that our relational models are going to change. And because of the mirror that we will have available in these new connections that will come for us, we will be able to operate on the level of being able to ignite those feelings within us, to feel the possibility of feeling like you are in love, even when you aren't necessarily in love. That is going to be something that we will learn how to do now, like almost like as a talent, like something that we can do, in terms of being able to manipulate the way that we feel and control the way that we feel, in a sense. This is all also going to be able to upgrade our ability to manifest. Because, like I said, this is all it's with all the shame clearing, all the blockages clearing. There are so many new ways our worlds are going to expand. So many new, there's going to be new ways of receiving good news. In the sense that, like, the kind of good news that you will be able to manifest for yourself, talk about, receive, hear from other people in your community, it's going to feel more joyful. Yeah, it's going to feel more joyful. But I do feel called to tie this back to the relational factor of the experience of manifesting, because it does feel very important for this coming season. While it is amazing that new relationships and connections are going to come, this goes without saying that there are some that will reach their very necessary end. And it's going to take a lot of acceptance from all involved that may be difficult to access because of the pain involved in, I'm getting a sense of potential betrayal or something along the lines of like, when two people are traveling a journey together, someone's going ahead, the distance between the people, the distance between that couple involved, the distance between the person that's falling apart and the person's going ahead, it's getting bigger and bigger, such that the connection between them has to snap. It has to. No telling whether or not it's going to reconnect. The point is the snapping and how very naturally it's going to be painful. But I think that something about processing the pain is going to feel you're gonna feel the wisdom of it. You're gonna feel, and this is an energy I read into the last time I tapped into this breakup energy. You're gonna understand immediately why it's happening. Whatever tower moments that may come, you're gonna feel why it's happening. Yeah. That's probably a specific channeling though. The collective channeling I feel is coming for us, is part of that thing that I was saying we may not be prepared for. I said it last month or something, especially considering the way everybody's complaining about the dating scene and how barren it is and how it's looking terrible. And admittedly it is, but something about that can also be very exciting if you can still hold on to the hope that you will find your matches. Your matches. I'm talking across the board, romantic, platonic, situationships, whatever. The point is that the reworking of the way that we relate to each other is going to, firstly, obliterate the labels. Like whatever slapstick pop psychology terms you can find online about the descriptors of somebody, how to know when you're being neglected, how to know when he isn't into you, blah, blah, blah. None of that shit is going to matter on the relational model that we are evolving to. There's going to be exercised presence that you may not be used to, but that you've always known is possible and that you have been technically preparing for this whole time. I'm feeling into a sense of shock of finding out that somebody you find attractive finds you as attractive. It's like, yeah, the shame, man, the insecurity, the shame, that place really taints the way you see yourself. It taints the way you understand yourself. And it feels like because it's clearing, you're going to really understand what a gorgeous person you are, how valuable you are, how interesting you are, how worth it you are, like how worthy you are of kindness, of being treated special. Because I'm also getting a reworking and a correcting of that. Like, you may come from a past of being treated like you were not worthy or like you weren't good enough. Maybe somebody actually verbalized those things to you or threatened you in a way to say, like, there are things that you must do for me to love you. And if you don't do those things, you're not worthy of my love. That kind of thing, narcissistic abuse, da-da-da-da. All of that obviously affected the way that our relational model works. So this evolution is going to take us to a place where it's as if none of that happened. You get a clean sweep of your kind of ego. And this is another thing that I was tapping into where, okay, directly, it's highly likely that you're going to get more attention. You're going to feel more seen. You're going to feel more observed. I love that feeling, but it might not be comfortable for you if you're not like, if it's a standard for you not to be, if it's a standard for you, if you're used to being a wallflower, yes, or if you have a wallflower vibe, something about you is going to be very noticeable. And it might take you aback to realize how people pay attention to you. You may find that, and I think for the most part, you should just take these things as they are. Don't run too far ahead with, oh, this person likes me, they're into me, they have a crush on me. It's really just, again, just think about, please always try to revisit or consider everything according to the relational model and try not to attach. Feels like there are going to be a lot of moving parts. So if you are an attacher, firstly, hold my hand, I'm with you. Because one thing I'm going to do is grip onto someone, a new crush, a new lover, a new friend, I hold tightly. And we don't need that energy anymore, because what's for us is always going to be for us. And what isn't for us is not going to be for us. So we don't have to grip so hard. But yeah, I'm feeling into the feeling of like being very taken aback by having so many people pay attention to you, or more specifically, by having one specific person pay attention to you that you didn't expect to be on their level, but you are, and you even surpass it, surprisingly, for you. Not to me, because I know who the people I'm rooting for energetically are very, very, very attractive and are just getting more attractive. So it's, if we're thinking about it like that, none of this should be surprising, but it will be, because it's going to be the first wave of externalizing that. You may not be used to that, being the center of attention or being paid attention to, or like I said, getting exactly who you want. Like someone walks in the room, something about their aura reads that they wouldn't even, and it's an insecurity thing, right? They wouldn't even look your way. Or even if they do, they wouldn't really notice much about you, or they do notice that you are pretty, that you're attractive, that you're gorgeous, but they don't take it too far. You get to know them, you get to actually connect, and then you realize, oh, this person's actually, like, we're actually zinging, you can feel the buzzing between you, the connection is alive. The third thing that you two create together, the relational model, the space between you becomes alive. You're sensitive to that and to the flows, and flirting is going to be bellissimo. Flirt as much as you can. Take it to the top, especially while Libra season is still fresh and cooking. And I think during this transition into Scorpio, it's going to be especially hot and sultry. And because of, like I said, how each season is really embodying its energy, Libra into Scorpio season is going to be a great time for intimacy, in my honest opinion. But yeah, it's up to you, and you will feel it, and it's going to be amazing. Call it fancy as amazing. And that's true. Yes, exactly. Thank you for bringing that word fantasy up, because I think that that's also going to be, that's something that I tried to bring up without sounding too romantic, that's exactly what is going to become real. Anybody who may have previously perceived mutual attraction as a fantasy, or, the way it can play out in a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, there'll be a lot of really movie experiences if you haven't been having them already, on a personal level. Sharing them with someone is going to be something else. Telepathy is going to be turned up to the top. I'm also feeling into a lot of further settling into already committed relationships. So if you are in one, there's going to be such a beautiful blossoming and a new level of being able to experience love with this person. Friendships, best friendships, I think those are especially going to take on beautiful blossoming shapes, mostly because of how open that relational model is. Platonic connections, to me, are the most expansive relational models that are present, more so than even familial mother-child. Friendship. And I would actually say value those. Bring as much attention to your friendships. It's going to be fantastic all around. Trust me when I tell you. Relating to others is going to be beautiful. And you will get a chance to flirt, and you will get a chance to intimately connect with people. And honestly, practice this personality or this new authenticity that you have been working on. It's going to be incredible, but the friendship sites, the communities, that's going to be important for years to come, not just now or every further Libra season or Aquarius season. It's going to be important like it's never been before, really, really. So directly rely on your friends. Share more with your friends. Talk more with your friends. Another frequency I've been getting that's been the opposite of this, that I don't really feel I need to touch much on, because I do feel like we've honestly sat enough in this gunk for most of this year, but I just want to bring it up again so that you're aware that it may revisit the feeling of the void, the yearning, the feeling like you are the most sensitive. I tweeted about it. Feeling like you would like a safe place to place your heart. Loneliness. Feeling like you're always matching with people who do not understand you. That feeling of being misunderstood. Please know that if that frequency revisits you, as it would for sensitives, that feeling of being apart from the divine, from being detached from the divine, disconnected, know that as it comes up, it's more now of refining the opposite. It's like you treat that emotion like opposite day. Like, for me, how I've been trying to manage, especially with the darkness, is every time I feel it, I try to affirm that, oh, the reason it feels this painful is because there's even greater joy waiting for me once this feeling is over. Because you also know, I'm sure, I hope, that you can at least understand and remember now that any feeling of low or shadow traversing, shadow valley, death, shadow work stuff, that it's temporary, no matter how long. It can go on for years, but it's always temporary. Always. There's always a way out. I hope that by now you are insistent upon choosing that reality and that there's no other option, because there shouldn't be. And because giving into the darkness, it shouldn't be an option now. It's not an option. I hope that, knowing that then when that feeling comes, you treat it as a glue. You alchemize it in that way. I think that the further you try to alchemize, not toxic positivity and not spiritual bypassing, none of that stuff, you'll know the difference by now. Alchemizing that, I feel, will be easier. It's going to get easier and easier and easier. It has to. It's science. We've been doing the work. Nothing we've been doing has been in vain. And we've been doing so much work. There has been so much energy that we have been applying on our journeys. Take it as no surprise when the light comes, and it comes flooding in, and it comes in the form of really cute, quirky moments that really only you would be able to know and understand and feel. Listen to your intuition. That babe is ding, 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 loud, 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 loud. Even when you feel into things that don't make sense, even if it comes as a random form of a smell or a remembrance of a movie or a feeling or whatever, like, our souls are talking, the other worlds are talking, and they're about to do a lot of really crazy work in the act of bringing together dreams, people, groups of people, communities, etc. Do not lose faith ever again. There's just no reason to anymore, you know? Like even because again, the dips are going to come. We are heading into Scorpio season. And while it's going to be very sexy and sultry, it's also going to be very death, dark, shadow, projections, people's bullshit, things that maybe you would have preferred not to see or see maybe at a later time. Truth, revelations, the tower. You know what I mean? It's going to be intense. But because of the work that we've been putting into feeling empowered and connected to our true selves, to God, to the people and spirits we work with, the intensity is going to be fun, manageable, conquerable. We are on an adventure. This is an adventure. And this part of the story, honestly, it's getting juicy. It's getting juicy. It's just before the climax of the movie. Girl. I didn't want to say, because I didn't want to, I don't know, it feels like a serious energy, mostly because it feels heavy, but not in the sad heavy sense, just more in the, it's kind of driving me crazy, animalistic, raw, almost overpowering sense. But the sexual energy that's in the air right now is very potent, and you shouldn't suppress it. And that's all I've got for you. You can do whatever you want with it. And I honestly think that you should hang up trying to, if it's a random channeling, if you've been thinking about being celibate, just try to hang it up. Just hang it up. I actually saw someone tweet about how it's actually important for spiritual women to be able to have sex to move their energy, to move the energy around, you know? It's necessary. It's like a ritual. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of casual connections as well, and I want to remind everybody that casual is not bad, and it's not like situationships and all of that shit. If both parties agree, if both parties are secure in themselves, right, and are secure in the people they're doing it with, then there shouldn't be a problem. Let's see what comes up card-wise. Ooh, girl. So these are actually a lot of cards. Nah, never mind. Let's see. Normally when the universe is like loud and like extra like that, then the cards are going to repeat themselves. So we'll see. They're probably going to be common cards, and they'll be the main energies. Yeah. Yes, I figured. I knew it. Okay. So I knew that this would be. These are the two cards that fell out the first time, with the rest of like there was a bunch, but these are the two that came. I'm immediately receiving the sensation of you needing to, keep the faith, keep going, keep your affirmations going. If not, start creating a very strict regime of like manifesting. Do the business of writing down your dreams. Do the prayer every morning, the gratitude lists, the mirror work. Do all of the witchy stuff, all of it. Pull it out right now. It's time. It's time. Stay focused. Stay absolutely focused on the mission. You are there. You're not just close. You have arrived. You have arrived. And then these two were the first to fall out. the Six of Rods and the Wheel. You have arrived. This is an incredibly positive set of cards to get in terms of what I'm receiving is in terms of the union between the mind and the spirit, between your ability to, it feels like there's a new level of your understanding of manifestation and your ability to manipulate your universe. Okay, I'm feeling into a manifestation arriving that will allow you to understand how you manifest. It will allow you to understand your powers, per se. You're going to get a new level of like being able to, like, you're going to unlock a tool of manifestation that works specifically for you. Like for me, I discovered what works specifically for me is gratitude and saying, verbalizing to my candle that I am grateful for something happening that I want to happen, saying that I'm grateful for it as if it's already happening. I get my manifestation, I kid you not, by 3 weeks. Normally, honestly, it happens like the following week, but 3 weeks max, I get what I want, bar for bar. Bar for bar via what I said, by the way, via what I verbalize. Because sometimes the intention of what you want gets lost in translation. When you verbalize it, something about doing that concretizes it via you saying it. Even if what you said internally doesn't really match what you said, you always get what you said. You know what I mean? There's something about understanding how that works that's going to be you're going to understand more about that. You're going to understand more about it. This is really, really, really brilliant, upgradey, ascension type, congratulations, well done type vibes. Good news in terms of the spiritual work that you've been done. A very direct, yes, spiritual ascension, spiritual upgrade, energetic upgrade, you know what I mean? Arms open wide. 2 great celestial bodies of light. Do you understand? A rising, a becoming, an uplifting. This is brilliant energy. It's really, really wonderful energy. And I love that it's, what is it? What is the word? Cherried. I don't know what the word, decorated with the King of Swords, with the energy of the King of Swords. I'm getting a conquering of a mental struggle. A conquering of the frequency of depression, shame, the opposite of this feeling. Whereas this is an expansion, you are healing essentially from a kind of contraction and what may have felt like a depression. This card also directly references good luck. Overnight, things trying fear, yeah. Exactly. The rise of the underdogs, indeed. The frequency that the astrologies are speaking regarding sovereignty. And the work that truth-seeking can do, the fruits that gives, if you stay true. It will, exactly. The rain is a good omen. The weather is a good omen. Yesterday, the way it was, from where I'm at, it went from rainy to sunny, and the sun that arrived afterwards, the way it illuminated the water on the leaves, the smell of the fresh rain smell, it was a beautiful experience. And I also really love how no one's feeling down or low about the rain and the cold. Everybody's taking it as a comfort signal, I want to cozy up. People want to nuzzle, cuddle, get warm, but not in a misery kind of way, in a warm way, in a hot chocolate kind of way. I'm going to do one more shuffle. I think these cards really speak for themselves. They really are beautiful cards, and it really will be a beautiful end to the month. Really, really beautiful, considering as well the approach of the 3i Atlas perihelion, they've called it. I'll also link some videos in the description of that, as it's definitely coming with its own energy and upgrades, and its influence with the sun and our solar system is definitely, because in the videos that I'm going to link, He is still, his name's Stephen Burns, the guy who's speaking about 3i Atlas. He's very logical still. He's essentially this energy. And I think something about the way that he speaks and relays the news about 3i Atlas makes him afraid to go all the way into how 3i Atlas is an influential, energetic body that is here to give us love. He's not saying it directly. He's saying it very scientifically, which I think is funny. So in his science, he's very careful to stray away from saying that it's going to make a change in people's lives. He keeps referencing it may not be a big change, but it's definitely going to, be felt on some level. I think for us, though, we're going to feel it. We're going to feel it. We're going to wake up more and more every day this week as November approaches, feeling more and more like this, good or bad, remembering that this frequency can still be achieved in sadness. Speaking of, we had the 9 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which I also felt into maybe what you are healing and doing sincere work in healing from. I'm getting something much heavier and much more complicated and layered than just a few therapy sessions. You've been doing a lot of work, almost akin to like you hypnotizing yourself. Something almost like that. You're a little bit crazy. You have the mark of greatness. You know that crazy streak that really great, powerful people have? You have that and you used it to heal. And congratulations and thank you. Because you could have gone crazy. You could have done crack. I love that video. If you haven't seen it. I don't know how to link it because I'm not a social media person. But yeah, you could have done crack. You could have done drugs. But you didn't. You could have lost it. You could have left. You understand? You could have left. You could have sat with this wheel in reverse. And this card in reverse is what I received for this year as well. You could have sat with this card in reverse. You could have just farted your life away. But you didn't. You did a lot of energetic work. You stayed hopeful. You kept up with believing in the unseen. Madness. Again, lots of cards fell out. Again, not taking those, but there is one that popped out on its own. The 8 of Discs, which I think is a perfect card to land on. We have once again the 3 of Swords, the same kind of 9 of Swords energy. And then we have the Hierophant as a follow-up. I just wanted to bring that up so that I could remind or stay grounded, so that we could all stay grounded in the fact that, yes, amazing, achievement, spiritual ascension, energetic elevation, blessings, yes, everything, yes, yes, yes. But also, also part of the deal, nothing to be afraid of. We are guarded, protected, and loved. We are doing the work. We are enjoying the work. It's definitely going to start all of it, everything, the whole thing, the darkness and the light. It's all going to definitely start to be more enjoyable. We are definitely going to start feeling more in control of our realities, of ourselves, of our minds, of our emotions, a lot more powerful. And as such, our work is going to itself start being easy. This whole journey, I'm remembering the frequency I read for early in the year where we were feeling like it's too much, like it's like, oh, will it ever end? Will the work ever end? Now we have kind of ascended or are ascending to a point where we appreciate the work for what it is and for what it teaches us and for how it's growing us, for how it's evolving us spiritually, which is brilliant. Our awareness is next level right now. And as such, our intuition is next level. Our ability to manifest is next level. And you will see and experience exactly how your reality reflects back to you in detail. In detail. Synchronicities are going to be insane. Much bigger than the 111s and the 202s and the 88s and etc. Listen to what people say. Listen to the random things that you catch in conversations that happen around you. If you're looking, you'll find it. Don't stop seeking and don't stop being yourself. Very, very urgent. The minute you feel like you have to lie or pretend or whatever, well, it depends on actually. You can be curious. I suggest, well, I love being curious, but you also have every right to turn away and be like, nah, that's not a reflection of who I want to be. That's not a reflection of the reality I want. You can just leave it at that, you know? It's time to enjoy. It's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor and keep laboring, but the labor's not going to feel like labor anymore, you understand? It's going to be good. It's going to be nice. It's going to be a very enjoyable week. Very enjoyable into the month. Very enjoyable. Along with 3i Atlas traveling in our solar system right now, we also have 6 comets, which is apparently not common, unheard of. 3i Atlas itself is unheard of. It's a extremely foreign, one of the first of its kind recorded thing that is going to directly affect our solar system. Really incredible, magical shit happening right now. Keep your eyes and your heart, but mostly your heart open. And please stay hydrated and please stay healthy, because that's also something that's going to be a very prevalent theme, I believe, throughout. And I've mentioned this previously. Please, the misalignments with your truth, the misalignments with people's truths, the overcoming of shame, people who still haven't cleared or worked through their victimhood, it's going to reflect. It's going to start pussing, spilling out of the skin. It has to, because it's time, you know? It's time. It's time to clear the bullshit. It's time. It's like everybody's over it. We're done. We're done with the fear. We're done with the lies. We're done with the shame. It's time to be a true reflection of what we were created for. You understand? So keep focused, keep going, and please, please be proud of yourself, because you are doing really, really amazing work. And thank you. Thank you for watching. As always, thank you for being alive. Thank you for being you. And yeah, I will see you in the next live stream.